it's Vicki from Minerva and welcome to our Fabric Masterclass series. So this series is designed to complement the Minerva Fabric Guide, which is the ultimate reference guide to learn all about fabrics, especially fabrics for dressmaking. So in the guide, it covers everything from understanding, the fundamental properties of different sorts of fabrics, through to covering all about different fibres and also what fabrics, are suited to making. And in the last section of the guide, we cover 70 of the most popular base cloths, and they each come with a fabric swatch, so you get 70 swatches included, so you can get hands-on learning as you work your way through the guide. If you are interested in purchasing a copy of the Minerva Fabric Guide, we do have them, in stock, available at Minerva, and we can ship them out worldwide as well. So, wherever you are in the world, we can send this out to you. And yeah, it's ideal for anyone that's a sewer or anyone that's interested in fabric to learn all about fabrics. It's the ultimate reference guide. So in this masterclass video series, myself and Jo, who you'll probably know from the channel, we have filmed 2 videos to accompany each of the base cloths. So each of the 70 base cloths that we cover in the last section of the guide. So each week we're going to be working through each of those base cloths alphabetically. So today we're going to be taking a look at canvas fabrics. So I've got out a selection of lots of different canvas fabrics that we sell here at Minerva. So we can take a look at all of those and the differences between them all. And I've also got a whole stack of sewing patterns as well to give you lots of inspiration on the sorts of things you can sew with this wonderful base cloth. And then in Jo's video that's coming to the channel later on today, Jo is going to be guiding you through how to sew with canvas fabric. And as always in Jo's videos, it includes lots of tips and techniques. And she's also going to be sharing some community maker inspiration from the Minerva website as well, just to give you even more inspiration for what you can make from this wonderful base cloth. So let's get started. So like I say, in the last section of the guide, we cover 70 of the most popular base cloths, and each of the base cloths has a 2-page spread all about it. So this is the one about canvas fabric. So let's take a look at the fundamental properties of canvas. What is canvas fabric? And I'll hold this first sample out so we can be having a look at this as I chat through the base cloth with you. There we go. So canvas is a woven type of fabric. It can be made from a whole range of different fibres. Very commonly you'll find them made from cotton, but they can also be made from linen, polyester, and a whole host of different blends of fibres as well. And that fibre content really will determine a lot of the characteristics of the fabric. So cotton canvas, for example, will be very different, or could likely be very different to, say, a polyester canvas. Occasionally canvas fabrics, you'll find them woven with added elastane or spandex lycra, and that will give them added stretch and recovery. But they are a woven fabric, so even though if they've got stretch with them, it doesn't mean that they're a knit. So the characteristics of canvas fabric. So as you can see, canvas fabric, so it's tough, it's durable, it's sturdy, it's heavy duty, and yeah, it just has that robust kind of feel to it. So they have a good weight, and yeah, they have body and structure to them. Now, by blending cotton with synthetic fibres, canvas can also be water resistant as well, even waterproof in some cases, and that can make it great to use as an outdoor fabric as well as for dressmaking projects. So in the fabric guide, we do also talk about the fabric difficulty to sew, the weight, opacity, drape, stretch, washing instructions, recommended needle and sewing tips. But we also talk about what you can make with it, which is really what my video is focusing on today. So canvas fabric, it's ideal for sewing workwear and everyday kind of essentials. So think things like jackets, coats, trousers, boiler suits, overalls, pinafores, shorts, all that sort of thing. But it's also very popular for bag making and home decor kind of projects, you know, things like upholstery, seat covers, window coverings, folding screens, you know, all that sort of thing. And that's really due to its weight, structure and its durability mostly. So let's next take a look at the different fabrics that I've chosen from our range here at Minerva. So I've got quite a few of our core ranges, which are, you know, ranges that we stock all year round at Minerva, and they come in lots of different colourways. But I've also got a few, so we have, you know, a printed range and some more patterned ones as well. So I've got those to share with you as well. So first up, we've got 3 different core ranges that are all cotton canvases, but they all have slightly different characteristics, weights and just different feels to them, which can, you know, you might have a preference for one or the other, or depending on what you're making, one might be more suited than the other. So this first one that I've got here, so this one is our Minerva Core Range washed cotton canvas. It's 100% cotton. It's 150 centimetres wide or 59 inches, and this is 260 GSM, that's grams per square metre, and that just puts it into our medium to heavyweight category here at Minerva. Now hopefully as I hold this fabric you'll be able to hopefully get across that weight and structure and body on screen. You know, it really is a durable, weighty, structured kind of fabric. You know, you can see it doesn't really have much drape, it holds its shape, but having said that, you know, it does have a lovely softness, and the cotton ones, especially in canvas, are the sorts of fabric that to some extent will get softer with washing and wearing them. So they do kind of you know, they do soften a little bit and just kind of mould to your body a bit as you wear them over time. With this fabric, so it has a plain weave, and it is really kind of a very kind of simple plain cotton canvas. So if you think of cotton canvas, you know, this is often the sort of fabric that people will be referring to, and like it said, it is a washed cotton canvas. Now we do always still recommend pre-washing on these sort of fabrics, but it just means it has a lovely sort of softness and feel to it, and really, you know, will get softer with wash and wear, will this one. And this is, you know, it's like an olivey sort of khaki green colour, but we do have a whole range of colours available in this fabric. Yeah, it's a very, very popular one, that on the Minerva website. Now next up we have, so this is our Minerva Core Range soft cotton duck canvas. It's 100% cotton, 140 centimetres wide or 55 inches, and this one is 230 GSM, which puts it in our medium weight category. So it's lighter than the previous one. So it's still a good medium weight, still got weight, toughness, durability to it, but it is lighter than the other one that we looked at. And with this fabric, a duck, what's called a duck canvas, has a particular sort of weave to it, and it does just have a softer sort of feel. So can you see when I hold that up, you know, it's still got body, it's still got structure, but if I handle it like that, can you see just how much softer that fabric is? And that's helped as well by it being slightly lighter in weight. So if you want to make a garment that, you know, you want body and structure and weight, but you really don't want it to be too stiff, you need the fabric to have still a little bit of softness, then this absolutely will be a fantastic choice for that. This is our like petrol-y, tealy, turquoisey sort of colour, but again, it comes in a whole range of colours, does this fabric. Yeah, it's a really, really lovely one if you just want a softer canvas, and that can absolutely come in on lots of projects. The next range we've got, so this is our Minerva Core Range basket weave soft cotton canvas. So this one is 100% cotton, 142 centimetres wide or 55 inches, and it's 245 GSM, which puts it in our medium weight category, but that is only just missing out on being in the medium to heavyweight category. So let's hold this one out. This is a lovely navy blue colour, and again, comes in loads of different colours on the site. So this one, it's quite interesting in that it does have this lovely, like sort of like a sort of like a basket weave sort of weave, but obviously very fine. Now with this one, it has, I would say, more of a softness than the first fabric I showed you. It's not quite so stiff and structured, but it has more weight than the last one that we looked at. So it almost puts it between the two. So if you want something that's a little bit softer, but you do still definitely want a robust, weighty kind of feel, then this could be a really lovely option. Yeah, I think it's a really lovely one, this one. And it's, yeah, just a very versatile kind of canvas, that one, I think. Next up, we've actually got the Minerva exclusive range of cotton canvas. So these are 100% cotton, medium to heavy weight, 145 centimetres wide approximately, or 57 inches. And we do a whole range of gorgeous prints from our amazing, you know, artists and designers that we work with. This one is called Lobelia Terrace. It's a gorgeous floral print design, isn't that amazing? And yeah, it does have a beautiful, you know, weight and structure to this fabric. It is a really, you know, when you think of canvas, it's a really sort of tough, durable one, is this one. Yeah, and it just comes in the most amazing prints. So there's a, yeah, whole huge range of those to choose from. Next up, we've got, now this is another core range at Minerva. This is our ticking stripe canvas. So a very kind of traditional fabric, this one. It's again 100% cotton. It's 137 centimetres wide, or 53 inches. And this one is 196 grams per square metre, which puts it in our medium weight. And that's actually the lightest weight one we've looked at so far. So when I hold this out, you'll probably, well, hopefully you'll be able to see on camera just how that difference in weight, you know, affects this fabric and makes it different. So can you see just how much softness that fabric has, even though it still does have a good weight, good structure, you know, body to it. It's not soft and fluid and drapey, but it does have lots of, you know, it's very malleable, it's very soft for such a weighty kind of fabric. So yeah, it's got a lovely sort of handle and feel as this one. And a ticking canvas like this, so the stripes go down the length of the fabric, so parallel to the selvage, and they are actually woven into the fabric. So it does have a really sort of, it's got a beautiful charm to it, this fabric. It's, yeah, it's very, very lovely. And it does come in a whole range of colours as well. It's often, it's very popular for use in sort of like homewares and things, that one, traditionally. But, you know, there is nothing to stop you using it in your dressmaking projects or bag making projects as well. Next up, so we have, this is our Minerva core range again, our Mexico woven stripe. So it's a jacquard canvas, this one. Now I actually featured this fabric in our jacquard masterclass video as well, because it is a jacquard weave, but this is classed as a jacquard canvas, so it does fall actually into both categories. So this one is 100% polyester. It's 240 GSM, so that's the top end of our medium weight category, and it's 150 centimetres wide, or 59 inches. And what makes this one different really is that it, like I say, it has that jacquard weave. Now it is, like I said, it is polyester, and often with polyester fabrics, they can be a little bit stiffer or more structured in a canvas, which I've got some examples to show you in a minute. This one is actually different. You know, it is, as you can see, still very soft, very malleable. You know, I wouldn't say it has drape, but can you see, you know, from the handle of that, just how soft it is, especially by comparison to the ones I'm going to show you next. But I think that predominantly comes from the fact that it is a woven, you know, a jacquard weave. It gives it that softness just due to how it's woven, as opposed to the fibre content more. So yeah, really lovely fabric, that one. As you can see, it's totally multicoloured, and all these stripes and details are woven into the fabric. It's a really, really special fabric. I love this. And it does come in a whole different colour range, all different multicoloured kind of stripes. So yes, you can have lots of fun sewing with that fabric. And then the last 3 canvases I've got to show you. So these are all polyester canvases, and they are very different to these canvases I've shown you. So with all of these, they have a water resistant coating on them. And I would say with all these, maybe the lightweight one is the exception, but with all of them, I would say they're probably too stiff and structured, really, for dressmaking projects. And really that water resistant coating that they have on them, you know, adds to the stiffness and the structure of the fabric. So what these fabrics come in for fantastically are things like bag making projects or outdoor kind of home accessory projects, if you will. So outdoor seat cushions, outdoor you know, coverings for things, and any kind of fabric where you need water resistance and, you know, tough, strong durability. So the first one I've got, so this is, like I said, we have 3 different ones and they're all different weights. So the first one is our medium weight water resistant fabric. It's the Minerva core range and comes in loads of different colours. So this one is 225 GSM, puts it in our medium weight category. It's 100% polyester and it's approximately 145 centimetres or 57 inches wide. So you'll probably be able to hear this one as I unfold it. There we go. So can you see just how much more stiff and structured that fabric is? And on the back of the fabric, can you see how it's slightly shiny on the back? That is the water resistant coating. Now it is important to say it's not waterproof, it's not classed as waterproof. For a fabric to have a waterproof sort of accreditation, it has to go through phenomenal amounts of testing and you know, can often result in a much more expensive fabric, and they are a lot less common because it is just very difficult to get that full waterproof rating. So what this is kind of like a step down from that. It's water resistant, but if you drop water onto this, the water rolls straight off. So you know, for most applications, water resistant is enough for what most people need. So yeah, like I say, it's very kind of stiff and structured. It's just the nature of the fabric. One from it being, you know, the weight that it is, one from it being polyester fibre, and the other from it having that coating on the back, which just adds to its kind of stiffness and structuredness. But having said that, you know, it's not a particularly difficult fabric to sew. It just, you know, it's just suitable for certain types of things. You know, for you may get away with making like a coat or a jacket in this. In fact, you would get away with it, but it wouldn't have a soft kind of feel. So it would feel, you know, it's going to be a proper kind of outdoor, you know, walking the dog maybe kind of jacket. Yeah, but you know, it would give you those water resistant qualities. The next one we've got, so this is our lightweight water resistant canvas, again 100% polyester. This one's 105 grams per square metre or light to medium weight, and it's 150 centimetres approximately or 59 inches wide. Again, you'll be able to hear that one as I open it. You can see how different they are to the cotton canvases. Now this one, it is classed in the canvas category, but it is such a light version of one. So it is quite different to the other more heavier ones. And it's if you imagine somewhere between a canvas and a ripstop fabric, it feels a little bit like that. It just obviously doesn't have the ripstop weave to it, you know, it is just a plain. So yeah, it is a canvas, but it's a different kind of feeling to it just because it is lighter in weight, and you know, it is made from polyester, and it does have that, you know, kind of water resistant kind of finish to it. So this one, lots of people in the Minerva community have made things like raincoats with it, you know, maybe like a pullover kind of thing to wear, you know, when you're you know, if you're out running, things like that. Even like things like ponchos, if you know you need to fend off the rain, that sort of thing. So very kind of like practical kind of garments, but it is also really popular for things, you know, like outdoor kind of projects, cushions, seat covers, you know, lighter weight projects where you maybe need a covering or things like that. Yeah, it's also actually very popular for things like zip up kind of hoodies and jackets. You know, for when you know you're going to need to sort of shelter off the rain, but you don't want something big and bulky, you just need something lightweight. So it is quite a useful fabric, this one, to know about. Yeah, and it's very, very different to the other canvas fabrics. And then the last one I've got, so this is our heavyweight water resistant fabric. Again, 100% polyester, 150 centimetres wide or 59 inches, but this one is a whopping 440 grams per square metre. Firmly puts it in our heavyweight category, and you'll see when I hold it out just how heavy this fabric is. There we go. So can you see just how sort of stiff and structured this fabric is? So that comes from the fact that it's, you know, it's made from a polyester fibre. It's really weighty, but also it has this really quite sort of thick sort of water resistant coating on the back. So this one, you know, I would say this one is probably too stiff and structured and heavy made, probably, to be used for dressmaking projects. I mean, there was always always be occasions where that's proven wrong and somebody will make something amazing in it. But in most cases, you know, it is a very stiff kind of structured fabric. So the uses for this one really are where you need a really tough, strong, durable fabric for bag making, for outdoor uses, seat covers, things where you want something really durable that's going to kind of stand the test of time and really have good water resistance to it. So yeah, that's again another really useful fabric to know about. And yeah, I thought I definitely wanted to include those last three because it really kind of demonstrates the differences between the different canvases. And in most cases, in most projects for dressmaking, you're likely going to be wanting to look at the more cotton blends, or, you know, the ones perhaps without the water resistant coating on them. So next, let's take a look at some patterns to give you lots of ideas on the sorts of things you can make with canvas fabric. So I've got a whole stack of patterns to share with you. You know, canvas is suitable for certain types of projects, but within that there is still quite a lot of variety. So, you know, it's quite a versatile fabric. And yeah, there are lots and lots of different things you can make. So let's work our way through these patterns, and we'll put some images up in the video so you can see the patterns as I'm chatting about them. So first up, we've got Simplicity 9517, a very kind of simple, really tote bag style. You've got 4 different views in the patterns, different sizes, and yeah, just really quite simple bags. Canvas is absolutely fabulous for that sort of thing. Next up, I've got the Frankly Day Pack. So this is like a backpack utility kind of style bag from Merchants and Mills Patterns. So it describes it as a practical day pack designed by Frankly Craftwear, who are designers of function-led workwear, tools and accessories. This day pack is ready for life's active adventures. So I really like the idea of that. I think this one, if you were making this to go on, you know, some more serious kind of hikes, or, you know, anything where practicality is at the forefront of what you want, then this is absolutely where those water resistant, you know, the medium or the heavyweight one could be fantastic for this bag. And, you know, it's going to help to keep everything that's in that bag, not get damp from a rain shower. Like I said, they're not waterproof, those fabrics, but they will go a long way towards, you know, fending off the rain. So yeah, that's another really lovely option. Then I've got so another bag pattern, and this is a Laura Ashley design from 1953 by Simplicity Patterns, number 9814. And yeah, it's a really, really sweet, very kind of Laura Ashley style. And you've actually got a sun hat in there. You've 2 different bags. One that's like a duffel kind of style and one that's a tote bag. You've got a cosmetic case, an eyeglass case and a luggage tag. So very kind of eclectic mix of items in there, but I thought, you know, actually any of those items could be made from canvas, and wouldn't it be quite nice to actually have like a match, you know, some matching pieces. Perhaps if you picked, you know, a patterned canvas or something, that'd be really lovely in that. Next up, I've got a packing cube pattern from Sally Tomato. So this pattern includes packing cubes in 3 different sizes, and you can actually make these with a breathable mesh top. You know, they have a zip all the way around, so fantastic for travelling. And yeah, you could make like the base, the main part of the back of the packing cube in a lovely canvas fabric, and then we do have mesh fabrics, you know, Minerva, that you could use for that top bit. So yeah, I thought that was just something a little bit different. And then I've got an accessories pattern. So this is Simplicity 9444. And in this, so they describe this as a creative space decor pattern. So yeah, you've got lots of different things that you could decorate a creative, you know, maybe your sewing room with, or you know, a creative space. So you've got a sewing machine cover. You've actually got a bulletin board, a lumbar pillow, and you've got an ironing board cover and storage cubes as well. Now, I really love the idea of making the storage cubes, but actually all of the things on that pattern you could make in canvas, and they would be absolutely ideal for it. It'd be nice kind of durable pieces, you know, that will, like in those storage cubes, you know, going to help hold the shape. The sewing machine cover, you know, it's going to, you know, being in a weightier fabric, that's really going to, you know, kind of stand the test of time. Yeah, just some really lovely options in that pattern. Next up, we'll go on to skirts. Now, the first skirt, called the Bernadette skirt from Friday Pattern Company. So this is, it's a really sort of lovely skirt that comes in 2 different options. It's got pleated details at the front, and then it's darted in the back. But what I really love about this pattern is it actually comes with like a belt bag that's included. So a little belt that has like a little bag, sort of like a purse attached to that belt. And I just think it's a really sweet option. It kind of combines bag making and dressmaking in one. Yeah, and the skirt itself and the belt and the bag would all be fabulous in a canvas fabric. The next skirt I've got, so this is McCall's 8149, and this is a really kind of classic pencil type skirt, or it has lots of details of what you would find on like a denim skirt. So it's got top stitching, it's got a front fly zip, it's got patch pockets, belt loops. It's got a little split up the front on the longer option. Yeah, you've got 3 different lengths, and you can really sort of pick and choose the parts that you want off each of the views and really make your own perfect skirt. And yeah, so it recommends either faux leather, velvet, twill or denim for this fabric. So, you know, it's suggesting the fabrics with more weight, bit of body, bit of structure, so canvas will be absolutely perfect for it. Next up, I've got a pinafore dress, and this is a level 1 learn to sew super easy pattern from McCall's, number 7831. And yeah, it's just a really lovely, quite simple really, pinafore dress. You've 4 different views on this pattern, right from one that's very simple with just, you know, a simple patch pocket on the front, to views that have, you know, like a slightly kind of flounce skirt section. Yeah, lots. Again, you could really sort of pick the elements that you want from each of those views and create your perfect pinafore dress. And pinafores especially, they want a fabric with a bit of weight and structure, so canvas is ideal. Next up, we've got another learn to sew pattern. This really is a kind of ideal for a beginner, someone's first dressmaking project. So this is Simplicity 9411, and it's a very kind of simple apron pattern, and it covers children's and adult sizes. Yeah, it will be fantastic, absolutely perfect for canvas. You know, it's got, with an apron like that especially, you know, you want something with a bit of weight and durability, and canvas will be perfect for that. Next up, I've got a menswear shorts pattern. So these are the cargo shorts from Wardrobe by Me. So these are cargo shorts with patch pockets. So they've got front pockets, a zipper fly, back welt pockets, 6 belt loops, back reinforcement, which I think is really, really interesting to make this a really kind of durable pair of shorts that's going to stand the test of time. And then they have these large cargo pockets on like the sides of the legs. Yeah, really kind of utilitarian, durable, either workwear or everyday kind of short pattern. And yeah, canvas will be absolutely fantastic for that. Next up, I've got another menswear pattern. So this is a Mimi G style pattern from Simplicity, number 8615. And it's a menswear, either sort of like an overalls or a boiler suit kind of vibe. So yeah, you've got 2 different options in this pattern. The one that's more of an overalls look. It's got like the crossover straps that have fastenings at the front there. Or you've got the one that looks more like a boiler suit. But yeah, either of those would absolutely suit a cotton canvas fabric perfectly. And then we've also got like a woman's version of a boiler suit as well. So this is the Melrose boiler suits from Style Art Patterns. And yeah, it's got all the classic kind of details you would expect on a boiler suit. So it's got a fabulous collar, patch pockets on the front and back. It's got a concealed button placket, which is very nice detail. Cuffs with tuck details into them. And it has a slightly tapered leg as well, which I think is a very nice style choice. Next up, we're going on to jackets. Canvas is absolutely brilliant for coats and jackets. It's if you ask me my first thing I would think of to make when I think of canvas fabric, jackets will be the first thing really. So the first one I've got is actually a teenager's pattern. So this is the Charlie jacket from Style Art, and it's a very kind of, I guess, a classic kind of denim jean jacket kind of style. So it's got a button up front, collar, pockets at the front with sort of top stitch seam details, and then it's got, a cuff detail on the sleeves. It does also include a contrast collar attachment, which is a nice little additional detail, and it does also include a hood attachment as well. So if you want to include a hood option on it, you could do that. So it's just nice to have those options there. But yeah, so obviously denim would be great for this pattern. But canvas shares a lot of the same sort of characteristics as denim fabric, with its weight and its structure. So canvas would be absolutely fabulous for that pattern. And then I've got another 3 jacket patterns, all which are quite different in style. So we've got the McCall's 8532. So this is, I'd say a more casual feel jacket, but it's got lots of details on it. And you've 3 different views in this pattern. So there's actually like a sleeveless, like almost like a gilet or a waistcoat option, and then 2 options that are a full, kind of jacket. So you have hooded options. They have a zip and button up front. It's like snap fit in front. You've got different pocket options you can add. And yeah, it's just a very kind of, I would say there's lots of details on that pattern. It's definitely going to be one that, to get your teeth stuck into. But nothing majorly difficult, just lots of steps to follow. And it's going to give you, I think, a style of jacket that will get lots and lots of wear in your wardrobe. Hopefully be the sort of piece, you reach for again and again. And in a canvas fabric, it's going to be nice and durable, and it's going to stand the test of time. Next up, we've got the Sunny jacket from Tilly and the Buttons. So this has a very kind of different feel to it, especially the one with a little frill detail on the collar. So it's a button-up jacket. You have different pocket options, and then the main sort of thing about this pattern is the collar options. So you've got, just a simple kind of classic collar, or you've got this option to have a prairie style collar with that beautiful frill detail around it. So yeah, again, a canvas will be fantastic for that. And then the last pattern I've got today, so this is the Kelly Anorak from Closet Core Patterns. And I just thought this was a really good example of an anorak style jacket, and canvas is perfect for that. So this one has lots of details. It has a lovely drawstring at the waist to give some waist definition if that's what you like. Lots of pocket options, and yeah, just lots of beautiful details. It's been going quite a while, this pattern, but it's still very popular. Yeah, really kind of classic anorak jacket. So that's everything I had to share with you in this video. So I hope you enjoyed taking a deep dive into canvas fabrics with me. Hope you enjoyed taking a look at those fabrics and all those pattern suggestions. Hopefully that's, you know, left you feeling really inspired and give you loads of ideas on what you can sew with this fantastic base cloth. As always in these videos, you know, I will tag all the fabrics and the patterns that I've mentioned below the video. So if you want to have take a further look at them and the prices and everything on our website, you'll be able to find those below. And the great thing, of course, with the Minerva website if anybody in the Minerva sewing community has made anything in these fabrics or patterns, then you know you'll be able to see their makes actually on the product pages, and you know it's just even more inspiration. Yeah, for your sewing journey. So just to mention at Minerva as well, we do offer super fast free worldwide delivery. So wherever you're watching us from in the world, we can send, you know, parcels of sewing joy out to you. We do offer a sample service on all of our fabrics as well. It's a fantastic service. So you can order a sample which is approximately 10 centimetres by the width of the fabric on any of our fabrics, you know, so you can just see them in the flesh first if you'd like to do that before committing to buy. And if you are a member of our Minerva Craft Club as well, you will be able to save 10% off everything that I've talked about in today's video, including the fabric guide itself. And you know, that applies to all the products on our website as well. So it's a fantastic way to save every time that you shop with us. So we'll put a link to that below, you know, in case you're interested in that membership. So thank you so much for watching today. Like I said, Joe's video on how to sew with cotton canvas is coming later to the channel later on today. So do keep an eye out for that and have a watch of that video too. As always, like I said, with Joe's videos, it's filled with, you know, tips and techniques and advice. So yeah, there's always something new to learn with sewing, isn't there? So do check out that video later on today, and I'll be back next week with the next base cloth in the Minerva fabric guide. So yeah, I'll see you then, and thank you so much for watching.